Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Lloyd, I'd like to ask you about a program called the Central American Minors Program.
Yes.
That was established under the previous administration in 2014 so that children from the Northern Triangle facing threats of extreme violence, often from MS-13 and other gangs, could go through security screenings in their own countries and safely rejoin their families living in the United States without making a dangerous solo journey. Approximately 11,000 children have applied in these 3 countries. Since the program started, 2,800 have been admitted. Can you tell me the status of that program today?
I would have to defer to my colleagues at the Department of State. That's where the program is housed. And apart from incidental contact with it and various information sharing, I wouldn't be able to give too much information on that.
I'm told this program has been stopped by President Trump's executive order that stopped all refugee processing before a federal court actually stayed the order. So I guess we all share a feeling, both sides of the table, MS-13 is reprehensible. Their exploitation and criminal activities on either side of the border should be stopped, and that we certainly want to protect their victims. In your capacity dealing with refugees, does it sound to you like a classic definition of a refugee to be a minor child who is facing threats of extreme violence or has been a victim of extreme violence from MS-13 in a country like the Northern Triangle?
Aside from strict legal definitions, the category is very similar. That's why they're housed under the Office of Refugee Resettlement. They're similar population.
So the policy of the administration to halt this program to protect these children from MS-13's criminal activities doesn't seem consistent with the message that I'm hearing over and over in this hearing, that we care about the victims in the United States and other places, and we care enough, at least under this program instituted in 2014, to offer them refuge with their families in the United States. So there's a disconnect here between, quote, getting tough on immigration, getting tough on refugees, and really caring about what MS-13 is doing in these Northern Triangle countries. I don't ask you to respond to that because that's my own editorial comment on it, but it is troubling to me to deal with that. I wasn't here, Mr. Chairman, when there was a big discussion about the city of Chicago, and it's a shame because I'm proud to represent it. And I will tell you this, make no mistake, if MS-13 gang members are engaged in criminal activity, they're going to be prosecuted. We're not going to look the other way. When it comes to asking our state and local law enforcement to be immigration agents, they have the same reaction as a lot of other communities. Come on, Uncle Sam, where's the money? You want us to play immigration agent for the United States of America? Then come forward with the training and the resources to make it happen. I don't know what the discussion was before, but we're not looking the other way when it comes to criminal activity by these gangs or any other gangs. In fact, we've gone to the point of asking the new president, who has tweeted a lot about Chicago, please help us, send us some resources. We are stretched to the limit with what we're trying to do. And it's easy to be critical in these hearings, but when I talk to the men and women in law enforcement in Chicago and other places, they're looking for a helping hand and asking their senator, can you ask the president to help us? So far, we haven't seen it, and just the opposite's true with the Attorney General. He's basically stepped away from federal assistance to law enforcement agencies. So it's great to tweet your outrage at crime in Chicago. It's another thing to step up and join us in trying to stop it, and that invitation is still out there. Let me conclude as well. We have a broken immigration system. We have an immigration subcommittee of judiciary that should be exploring that. We haven't. This is the closest we've come. And I hope that we'll take up what is necessary to reform our immigration system and to improve it. We passed a bill several years ago, bipartisan bill, that wasn't even considered by the House of Representatives. I hope we'll try again. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.